And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again.
Just hours ago, the longest government shutdown in U.S. history came to an end at 43 days.
President Trump signed the bill that funds the government and brings relief to millions of Americans. It funds the government until the end of January and funds SNAP through September. It also reverses shutdown firings and guarantees back pay for furloughed workers. This comes after Senate Democrats had been holding out for an extension on expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. But after several of their senators broke rank and joined Republicans, the Senate was able to pass a funding bill.
I think the American people got a raw deal. 20 million Americans are going to see their premiums skyrocket. I don't think they like the fact that we didn't fight hard enough.
It's important to keep in mind it will take time for the government to get fully back up and running. At least 670,000 furloughed workers who went unpaid for more than a month are being called back to work. The House passed the funding measure on a mostly party line, 222 to 209, with 6 Democrats joining Republicans.
California Democratic Congressman Adam Gray, who represents District 13, was one of those 6 lawmakers. Take a look. He wrote this op-ed for the Turlock Journal saying, quote, "No parent should have to choose between feeding their children and keeping the lights on because someone in Washington thinks chaos is a negotiating tactic." And he goes on to say, quote, "Is this a perfect deal? No. But lasting policy in this country is not born of hostage taking. It's born of compromise." End quote. Gray was the only California Democrat to vote in favor of the bill.
Meanwhile, Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley also reacting, saying in part, quote, "With today's vote, we have thankfully closed one of the most regrettable chapters in the history of the U.S. Congress. The longest ever government shutdown, lasting 43 days, has caused hardship and chaos throughout the country." Congressman Kiley went on to say, quote, "The gridlock and excessive partisanship in Washington has never been more clearly on display. Neither party is emerging from this mess in a positive light."
As the shutdown was coming to an end tonight, the FAA announced there would be less flight cuts at major airports. They say flight reductions at 40 major U.S. airports will stay at 6% instead of jumping to 10% as more air traffic controllers are coming back to work. Thousands of flights had already been canceled since the new limits took effect last Friday, but officials say the staffing improvements should help ease travel disruptions.
For more on the shutdown and to watch President Trump's full remarks as he signed the bill that ended the shutdown, head over to our free ABC 10 Plus streaming app.